Are you thinking of striking your next big business deal? Beware, M&A just isn't about handshakes and celebrations. It's a playground for disputes you definitely do not want to play in. Hi everyone, I am Sonal Alag and today we are going in depth about the world of mergers and acquisitions where billion-dollar dreams just turn into legal nightmares. Ever wonder what can actually possibly go wrong in such deals? Let me tell you, it's way more than you can even think of. So let's dive into the types of disputes that are there, the preventive measures that you can take so no dispute comes, and also the solutions that you can adapt once a dispute is there. So I can try and help from avoiding your business to become a next cautionary tale. Recently, a client came to me where their merger turned sour over undisclosed liabilities. Their billion-dollar dreams actually became a nightmare and a horror story. But just a spoiler alert, they walked away with their interest intact only because they took the right steps at the right time. Through this video, let's just make sure that you are also equipped to do the same. Now, if I have to take you through the types of disputes that come, the first and the foremost is usually the valuation dispute. Now, imagine that you are buying a company which promises a gold mine only to discover that it is fool's gold. Valuation disputes usually come when the financial projections of a company are as optimistic as a Bollywood rom-com maybe, where hardly anything is true and suddenly everything stops looking so dreamy. The second type of dispute is breaches of warranties. Think of warranties as sellers' pinky promise about their company. Now imagine that they have been crossing their fingers the whole time that you do not find out the truth. For example, if they say do not have any lawsuit, and suddenly you find out a lawsuit as big as it could make it to the headlines. The third type of dispute that is very important to discuss is post-closing. Now, post-closing adjustments is like ordering a fancy cake, but only to find out that it's all frosting and no substance. When the actual working capital of the company that was projected does not match the actual number on sheets, you are obviously left with a bitter aftertaste and a big financial dispute. Now, in the second segment of this video, let's talk about what are the preventive strategies that you can adopt. And the first and foremost that comes to anybody's head is due diligence. You skip due diligence and you might just sign the deal blindfolded. Guys, it's just not a formality. It's a magnifying glass to find out the good, the bad, or the ugly about your target company. You miss a detail and you are inviting a big disaster onto yourself. So due diligence has to be the first and the utmost important step while acquiring any company. The second preventive measure that you can actually take is having crystal clear contracts in place. Treat contracts as your safety net. Do not just write no liabilities, because this statement is so vague that it can be put to a million interpretations in the court of law. Instead, be very specific. List down every check that you have performed during the due diligence. It's like picking off your grocery list. The more specific you are, the less are the chances of disasters later. In one juicy tech merger, a valuation dispute erupted only when the hidden liabilities came suddenly like uninvited guests. The deal was salvaged only after renegotiating the price and obviously after adding the indemnity clause to it. So what is the lesson we learn? Always check under the hood before buying the car. Recently, a retail giant faced a big dispute over the breach of warranty over environmental liabilities which the seller forgot to mention. Obviously, the arbitration saved the day by settling the dispute in confidentiality and without making it a big PR disaster. Now, in the final segment of this video, I'll be taking you through the dispute resolution mechanism which can be adopted, and the first and the most important and relevant one is negotiation. Because guys, let's be honest, there's nothing better than sitting across a table like two mature adults and solving a dispute. Because often we should not let our egos come in between in such kind of dispute. And the second one is arbitration and mediation. Now, mediation is like taking a cool off period and let the thing settle down, and then we sit and discuss about it. However, arbitration is more like calling the third party referee to give a decision which is binding on both the parties. Both of these methods are very private to the parties, which avoid all the courtroom drama. Because, guys, let's be honest, no one likes airing their dirty laundry in public. If you have any question about M&A dispute, just drop down in comment and let's get talking. Till then, if you found the video knowledgeable, do not forget to subscribe, hit the like button and share it with somebody who might need it. And I will see you in my next video.